Hello everybody, it's Red Panda Gamer here for another exciting episode of Play or Pass, a review show where I play a game for a little while and tell you guys whether you should play it or not. Today's episode is an XBLA game that's actually free. Yeah, that's right, you heard me right, this game is absolutely free. Very rarely are there free games on Xbox Live Arcade. Very rarely do they even give free DLC that Steam gives out for free on their own. It's not important. But in this game, as you'll already see from the giant banner on the right, isn't really actually completely free. It works in the way that Team Fortress 2 works, except not quite as good. In my opinion, anyway. So basically what you have here is a shop. And in this shop, first of all, this game's loading times are pretty bad, especially the first couple times you do things. In this shop, we have a couple of things. You'll see we have some lucky finds, which are just limited items you can only get every now and then. You have different types of character faces you can make, so you have different eyes, different mouths, different hair. You have weapon sets, so you get really sweet weapons. You have some awesome shields. You have some full sets that give you lots of different stuff, and so on and so forth. So you see all this stuff? Well, look below and you see they have something called happy tickets. Now it's asking for 16 happy tickets and I have none. So, oh, press Y. Look at that mouse thing, that's creepy. So you go ahead and, oh, look, press Y to get happy tickets. I wonder what we'll have to do to get them. Oh, they cost Microsoft points. A lot of Microsoft points. See, your options are 80, which is $1, $400, which is $5, and $1,200, which is $15. So what I find odd about this is that these are your only options, that you can either just get, well, I guess you could just keep getting 8 over and over again, so just spending $1, but that'd be kind of pointless when you can just get more for less. You get 10 bonus, so the more you inevitably spend, the more bonus ones you get. So with these ones, so when you do that, you can go ahead and get some extra stuff. I'm actually going to go ahead and do, well, I don't know how many points I have. Let's see. But this works, as I said, similar to how price. I have enough, but I really don't want to get them because I feel like this is ridiculous. So you can see below they vary in how much they cost. So getting the face changes, this hairstyles for whatever reason costs 19 happy. I feel so stupid saying happy tickets. Whereas the faces cost 16. Soldier set costs 16. Most of the sets cost 16. So basically you have these weapon sets, and the thing is, at first you're gonna be like, well, why would I want to buy this stuff when I might inevitably just find it in the game, which is my attitude towards Team Fortress 2. I will every now and then buy hats because I feel I owe it to to Valve, the developers of the game, for making an amazing free multiplayer game online. I feel that I owe it to them to buy every now and then their hats, which is a little weird to say, but at the same time, the game still allows you to find them throughout the game. So as you'll see, this weapon right here, well, you need to be level 7 to use it, so it's not completely broken. What the hell? And these are kind of what the characters look like in the game. So you need to be level 7 to use it, and I believe I'm only level 6, so I really don't see a point in it. So let's go ahead and go to something like this. So these you need to be level 5 to use. And the top one, the survival knife, gives you an attack of 228. 228. Now that might not sound like a lot. I mean, well, you might not know what that sounds like at all. But if we go ahead and go to our character here, or one of our characters, we go to equip item, go to our warrior, which is the class I use most. This item does 197. Now, what makes this crazy is the fact that there's an online game, which I will also show in this. There's a multiplayer mode where you can be playing up to with like 30 or so people. I'm going to go ahead and just start the actual campaign of the game. What? I still haven't unlocked it? What the hell? Wow, that's stupid. Alright, so here's another thing about this game. To unlock story missions, you have to go through the multiplayer mode, which in its own right isn't that big of a deal. The problem is the multiplayer mode can be incredibly frustrating, and I'm going to show you this right now, assuming I can actually get this to work. How did I do this? I don't even remember. I think I just went to this mode. No. This is, yeah, and see, this is another thing. At first they make it look like you can't actually play with just anyone, that you have to actually... okay, no. I think we want to do quick match. Yeah, okay. So now we have to wait for the lobby to get filled. But basically what will happen is, you'll have people who are all at a similar level than you. It won't seem like that, though. You'll be playing, you'll be like, Jesus, I'm getting my ass handed to me. This is ridiculous. But what's actually happening is, you have these people who are buying all the best stuff that's available to them with Microsoft points, and you're just stuck with the stuff like, hey, I'm not gonna pay an extra 15, 12 whatever dollars just so I can get better weapons. Like, that's absurd. The game itself should just allow you to unlock stuff as you go, and then as an added bonus, if you really feel like you want to, then you can buy more stuff. For whatever reason, the game allows anyone to buy whatever they want, and there are level caps for a lot of the weapons, as you saw. So it's not too broken. Like, you can't buy an item that has like 500 attack when you're still fighting against, level 3 people. So it's not broken in that sense, but it does give you a much bigger advantage if you spend more money. Like games like Farmville and stuff like that. They basically are preying on you to buy more stuff. Now, I also understand that it's not like I almost feel bad about complaining about it because of the fact that this is a free game. And obviously I can choose to ignore it, and I really shouldn't complain because this game is actually pretty good, other than the fact that you actually have to play multiplayer mode in order to unlock more levels. Or not necessarily multiplayer. You don't necessarily have to do multiplayer mode. You can also do you can also replay the levels you do, but that's boring, I personally would much rather play the multiplayer mode. But it takes a really long time till it works, as you can see right now. Maybe that's just because this game just came out on October 12th and not a lot of people have it, but I imagine a lot of people are playing it in the fact that it is a free Xbox Live Arcade game, which, may I just say again, never really happens. I'm really happy about it. I think it's great that they're trying to get into, or Microsoft that is, I think it's great that they're trying to get into the realm of free games, but at the same time, it's definitely got that print of we're doing this because we know we can get people to buy more stuff to it. Now, I don't want to talk it down too much because I really don't think it's that bad. I know some people were saying it's not that good. I know some people were saying the controls are bad or that it's boring, but to be honest, for people who maybe have played like Costume Quest, or especially Costume Quest is like the perfect thing to compare this to because other than the gameplay, the graphic style is great. I love the graphic style of this game. The story is dumb. Basic story behind the game is there's two kingdoms, Dark and Light, or Dark and Happy. I'm not even really sure, to be honest. Dark and Happy, and all of a sudden their princess gets captured. The Happy Kingdom's princess gets captured in traditional sense of video games. And it's up to you, the character, the knight, to go save her. Now, you can either play this game with, I don't know how many people you can actually play with local co-op. I'm imagining it's about 8. I think it's the cap. But I'm not really sure. But you can play with friends. Alright, let's see. Oh, so we're wearing black now. That's interesting. Wait, do I not have... Okay, cool. So this is a different weapon that I'm using as the warrior. So the real meat and potatoes of this game seems to be more based around the multiplayer mode, as it seems like it's much better structured, and I almost feel like they just put the multiplayer mode, or the campaign in for people who would still like to play the game but can't necessarily play online. So what I'm doing right now is, and this is a new level for me, I've never actually done this here. This is kind of pointless to be on right now though, because we're like right at the beginning of this level, and no one's really going to be messing with us. So when trading our sword for a staff, which I did earlier, I'm actually using I'm using magic, but I'm also using a shield, which is pretty cool. Let's see. Not really sure. It looked like I was casting wind. So you see that guy had a milk jug on his head. I'm assuming that's something he unlocked, but I really don't know. See, that's the other thing. I have a really hard time figuring out if there's stuff people unlocked or if it's stuff that people bought, because I haven't played very much of the first player mode, so I really don't know what you can unlock. So far my only experience is just unlocking pretty standard items for a game like this. So I'm going to go ahead and use some magic here, but you saw like right there, I took a hit and it did a lot of damage to me. And look how much I'm hitting this guy. It's doing very little. Actually, no, I took him out fairly well. But yeah, the graphic style of this game, I absolutely love it. I love the... It's not necessarily cel-shaded, but it definitely... Oh, jeez. See, like right there, I just got annihilated in one hit. Really don't know what it was, or who it was, or how they did it, but it definitely did its damage. So that itself is a little frustrating for this game. The control scheme is relatively simple. Can this bridge get knocked over? Because if it can, that would really suck. I'm going to go ahead and try and face off against this guy. Really took him out with no problem. And he seems like he may be... Oh, shit. Got some pits here. Remind me a bit of Star Wars. Alright, so my allies are nearing the enemy castle. So, like I said, this game seems to borrow a lot from the Team Fortress equation, in the fact that you unlock things by doing well, which obviously that's how most games are, but at the same time you also have the option, if you're not good at the game, to buy stuff. Oh geez, see like that, right there, that did an unbelievable amount of damage. So this is the castle right here, and we basically, our end goal is to attack the castle, and to build a tower, or destroy their tower, more or less. And we just died. So, we have a spawner. Traditional Call of Duty first-person shooter style. But then another thing is you have power-ups. And these happy stars you get when you beat missions, or complete missions. And right now we don't have enough to get any of these things. These go away after you die, though. But you can also use happy tickets to get them. Which, once again, I think is total and utter bullshit. I really can't stand the fact that they try to get you to buy these things. But at the same time, you know, it's a free game. You really don't have to. Like, that is a nice thing. Is you really, really honestly don't have to. But you will be at a disadvantage to those people who do use that stuff. So, yeah, see, I already died. There's an obvious amount of overpowered in this game. And the thing is, it's still relatively new. Just came out a couple days ago, and I'm sure it'll get even worse. So your allies are nearing the enemy castle. That's good. Also, these games take quite a while to get through, these multiplayer bouts. But I love the idea of an open world action-adventure game. Not open world. I just like the idea of this game. It's like a tower, it's like a first-person shooter, but with the skin of an action, which is an action hack-and-slash game. Now, when these types of games come to mind, you know, you might think of games like Torchlight or Diablo. Not really Diablo as much as Torchlight. But this is like, in my opinion, the way I basically would call this a hack-and-slash Counter-Strike game. Saying Counter-Strike in the fact that Counter-Strike is, in fact, like, in my opinion, the best first-person shooting game out there. Some people may disagree, but that's what I think. I think that and I'm talking about like online experience games, like online FPSs. But I think that that's the best one. That and Team Fortress 2. Like, I absolutely love Team Fortress 2, and I'm sure a lot of people will be comparing them, just in the fact that they're both free-to-play games. They're both heavily based on the drive to buy things. Which oh, Jesus. That did a lot of damage. So, oh, shit. It's like this guy right here. He's got a crazy-ass weapon. I don't even know where he got it. I don't know how much it costed him. See, he's got like this flaming sword of death right here. I don't even know how I'm supposed to compete with that. You know, I got my little bamboo staff of death. And what my tactic typically in this game is, when it's fairly obvious I'm outgunned, I really try to just take a step back and let other people handle it. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work that well. Also, I've had a lot of trouble choosing which spawn I use. I don't really know how you select that. But apparently there's a way to do that. And right now my team seems to be doing really well. But honestly, I do like this game. Oh, another grief I have with it is the fact that you can't what's the word? What's the word I want to use? I'm sorry, I'm having issues coming up with the words for it. Oh, you can't lock on to enemies. I don't know why that is. I've tried every button. I've looked at the buttons that are available to me, and there's the control scheme, and there's literally no way to lock on to anything. Which may not seem like that big a deal in multiplayer mode because there's so many people you know, there's tons and tons of people here, so it's like, well, why would you need to really aim anyway? I guess we can go ahead and greet people. Oh, we can build a ladder too. I don't think I've seen that. So there's also a construction side to it. This game also has a vibe of Pikmin, I guess, with it, that fact anyway, that you can build stuff. Doesn't look like there's anything we can do in here. Oh shit. We're about to get gang raped in here, so... And see, these guys right here are having some issues hitting me. Just because there's no way to lock on, so you're just going to swing violently. And at least in multiplayer mode, there's so many enemies around you that you're bound to hit someone. But when you're playing the single-player campaign with just a few, not a few enemies, but a handful of enemies... See, I'm doing like the worst right now. And I'm not trying to make excuses, but it literally has a lot to do with the fact that a lot of people will just buy stuff. Will just buy these items. So, whoa, that was cool. Did you see the battering ram? That was pretty sweet. The other thing I don't really like about this game is it seems that if you don't get the last hit, and maybe I'm just wrong, maybe it just seems that way, but it seems if you don't get the last hit, oh shit, you don't get the experience, even though you helped. Now, I know that in first-person shooter games, that's a little different because it's like, well, duh, because you didn't get the kill shot. But it's also really different in a hack and slash because it's just so crazy violent and you're just trying your best to hit someone that it's not really that, you know, it's kind of difficult to get that last hit. Someone just said kill me. That's brutal. But my team's doing a really good job. I mean, I'm not really helping much. At least I don't think I am. But, oh shit. Our team, let's see, we got the wall down almost to 50%. Yeah, it's really hard to do anything on your own. You see, I just got gang raped right there by these enemies. Really no other way to say that. I guess I could go ahead and show the other characters. I don't really see much of a reason to, but at the same time, some of you guys might be wondering. But the skill selection thing is actually kind of cool. You go ahead and push LB, and then you select them down below with B or Y. And as you level up, you'll gain more. So we, as the mage, obviously, or was this the healer? I don't even remember now. We have Dispel, erases allies' status ailments or foes' enchantment magic. Heals an ally's HP. And what's weird too is this thing is odd, like the way you heal people, because you need to be near them. They need to come near you. Traps are also weird. Here, let me see if I can come near this guy. There we go. So you got to select them if they're near. And luckily you get some stuff if you do that. You get 5 experience points for healing. So it's a good way to get a little bit of experience without fretting too much about getting murdered. But at the same time, you're kind of needed to fight. But, you know, especially in a game where people are getting weapons that just one-shot kill people. Whoa, Meteor Storm. Quit. Ah. So that's another cool thing that I actually find really cool in this game, is that there's a lot of casting, spell casting you can do, that actually requires multiple people. Well, that doesn't require, but it becomes more strong if other people in your party will help out. So as you saw right there, they were doing a Meteor Strike move. I was a cleric, I'm an idiot. They're doing a Meteor Strike move, and basically if I would have stood there with them, I would have helped out. Now, no one has to, and it's also easy for you to get struck if you're doing that, but at the same time, it's kind of cool. See, Sacred Song. So we can go ahead and help with this, but we might not want to do that right now because they got interrupted. Magic's a little hard to do because you have to navigate a cursor amongst like tons and tons of people. You go ahead and you do this. Also, it takes a while to cast, not gonna lie. And if you fail the casting, you don't just kind of roll it off and be like, okay, we'll try again. You actually have to wait, which, if you're impatient like me, you don't want to do. So go ahead and beat this guy up. I think I might have stole that kill, but oh well. I'm actually doing a fair amount of damage right now as the mage. But I'm not really much of a mage user myself. I'm much... oh shit. Just got cut up. Not really much of a mage user myself. I prefer using the knight because he at least has a shield. I'm pretty sure you can give everyone a shield though. But I could be wrong. I'm going to stick with my warrior though. And I accidentally just spawned like way far away from their castle, which is unfortunate. But it looks like my team's doing quite well without me. And then I was planning on making this a shorter video, but I also wasn't positive. But at least you'll get a pretty extensive gameplay video. But already I can say this is a play, obviously, because first of all, because it's a free game. Very rarely will I ever pass a free game, and the biggest reason I may say pass it. Oh shit! Enemy gate is breached. You're all fucking now. A big reason that I wouldn't recommend a free game is just because how did they already destroy it? So anyways, when you come in here, there's a big tower and you gotta destroy it. And apparently they already did that. And then all these enemies get gruesomely tied to poles. So I must have just gotten really lucky lately because every single time I've played this, the times I've played the multiplayer, I've always won. It's pretty great. So now you have this break time basically to humiliate the other team, which is always fun. So I don't know how many times you have to beat multiplayer, but we got an item and happy stars. Ooh, we got a pig mask. That's pretty cool. I don't know if it actually adds anything to the game, but we got it. So that's cool. So I got 18th out of 28. Not very good. You do get an assist score. My deaths were pretty shitty. But, oh well, what are you going to do? Vengeance for a Friend and the Ripper. So not bad. I mean, I really can't, like I said, I can't really complain. And the other thing that sucks is you gotta wait for this timer to get out of here, even if you don't want to wait. Oh, and also you see the 2 and 3. That's, I can't remember what do they call that in like Call of Duty and all those first-person shooter games. I feel stupid I don't remember, but I really don't. We can go ahead and go to our equipment. The game session has been aborted. Oh, that sucks. Don't know how that happened. But okay, have we unlocked? Happy Star is increased by 25%. Oh my god! Bonus time? That's pretty cool. If you use bonus time, you get extra happy... Was that happy tickets? No. That I don't even know. The terminology in this game is so silly. That's another thing. Why not give... I feel like there should be other options for buying stuff. I wonder how often new things will be available, and if there will be... It'd be cool if there were game-themed stuff. Like, that's one of the cool things about Team Fortress 2. But let's go ahead and equip that item we just found. This is silly. Got a fishbone, but it's horribly weak, so I don't know why we'd want to use it. So we'll just stick with our twig, I guess. And, oh, it's a shield! That is awesome! That's really cool, actually. See, I'm a sucker for stuff like this. Like, I will seriously continue to play this game just to get silly unlockables. But I won't buy them. That's the difference. I think it's odd. And, you know, there's a lot of game developers out there that talk about this, specifically Edmund McMillan, who developed Super Meat Boy and Binding of Isaac, is it's really weird when a game gives you... Jesus, I still don't have this unlocked? Well, I guess I could show you... I'll just show you guys this for the sake of showing you the actual storyline of the game. But I don't really know how much we have to do to unlock it. It seems really weird. But I'll go ahead and show a bit of the single-player mode. As I said, you can play with a lot of other people. I don't know if we can actually have that many people online at once, but maybe. I don't know. But basically, in the one-player campaign, single-player campaign, and if you're playing online, and I played this game a little bit online with some of my friends. I played it with Original Dracon and Allison Faceprod. We had fun. I mean, it was a fun game to play with each other. Oh god, I'm just destroying these guys now that I have this upgraded weapon. And we had fun, you know, we honestly did. But at the same time, between the load times being awful in multiplayer mode and just how long it takes for people to get into the game just is ridiculous. So these are the Dark Towers. They're basically enemy spawn points, and if you destroy them, they become your spawn points, and you also get experience for building them. It's way easier to get experience in the single-player campaign because, well, A, you're dealing with a lot less people on both sides of it. You're not dealing with people with unbelievably overpowered items, and you're not competing with your own team to kill more people. I've never been able to figure out how this weapon works. Explode. Oh, geez. I just realized we're getting shot at by the side. Also, yeah, oftentimes, I often forget I have a shield, which is an issue. Oh, that was, yeah, see, that was another thing, though. That's a problem with the shield and not being able to lock onto anything, is when you put up your shield, that's it. That's where the shield is. And I'll show you that in a minute, what I mean specifically. Alright, cool. But see, if you have your shield up, all you can do is strafe, or strafe. You can't lock onto a target and, like, circle them with your shield up. you kind of just, and I guess that's good in a way, but it's also because it doesn't make the shield like really OP. But at the same time, it's a shield, so you should be able to move around with it. I don't know. I just feel like the fact that you can't lock onto things in this type of game is so odd. And I honestly think it's one of the things that hurt. Oh, jeez, that is gruesome. I honestly think it's one of the things that hurts this game the most is the fact that you can't lock on. So see, this is an enemy spawn now. That's another thing, is the enemy always goes after you if you're playing with computer players. They always go after you. And the AI very rarely will stop them from coming after you. So, yeah, see, like right there, they just ran right through them. But they hit them a bit, so can't complain too much. What does this do? Iron Phalanx. Get into formation to boost defensive power, able to guard against attack in all directions. So that's kind of cool. So here's one of those things I was telling you about. So we can go ahead and launch that skill. We can move in formation with our shields up. Kind of pointless right now because obviously we don't really need that. But at the same time, it's kind of cool to show. I don't really know how we stop doing this. Assuming we just do it forever? I don't really know. How do we cancel this? Alright, I've had enough. Okay, there we go. So by using one of those commands, which you can get from... Oh, you piece of shit. By using those commands, which you get to with RB, follow me, take them down, all those... take it down, build something, in general, or etc., you can tell them what to do. And I guess break formation, or whatever. So we have the spinning blade move, which is pretty cool too, and I'll show that in a minute. Phew! So this game is very much traditional hack and slash with some pretty cool elements. I actually really like the art design a lot. I'm not sure if everyone would agree with me that they like it. I know it is a very kiddish game. Like, I will say that right now. This game looks like it's straight out of a storybook. But I don't care. Like, Costume Quest is one of my favorite games on Xbox Live Arcade, and that game has pretty much the same animation style as this one. Except it's a little more cel-shaded. Like comic book style. But I still like them both. Also, another cool thing is you get random abilities. Or not random, I don't really know how it's decided, but like in the previous playthrough, instead of getting this like charge up slash, which I just did a second ago, but I'll do it again just so you can see it. Instead of doing this move right here, I got a charge move, where you basically start from one side and you just run in, like, swinging your sword about. Which is an insane move, and I don't know if it's because I have... Oh, shit. See, I just got demolished there, and I don't know why. But it's okay, because we just can revive relatively close to the battlefield. Wait, what? Okay, I don't think... For a minute, when I first saw that image, like, if you look down at the B attack, for a minute I thought it was going to be like a Fusro Da thing, and I guess it kind of... I don't think it is. I mean, Battle Cry is a pretty common thing in these types of games. Holy shit, I'm about to die! I died again. Fantastic. And it's got, like I said, it's got a lot to do with the fact that you can't lock onto things, less because of attacking and more because of defending. Like, it's really hard to defend against, like, magic enemies, especially, because they can just shoot you from afar, and you really can't assume to where they're going to strike next. Plus, magic seems to be very overpowered in this game, and maybe that's just me, and maybe it's just because I'm having issues dodging it, or guarding against it. But in general, it seemed very overpowered. So they did a good job defending me right there, not something I'm very used to. Also, you seem to level up a lot, and I don't even really know. So apparently my level's 5. Could have swore I've leveled up way more than that, but maybe I'm just going insane. So we've almost reached their fortress. So this first level, and there is a tutorial in this game, but it's very boring, very draft, and I really don't recommend it. Like, you really can learn all the things about this game within, like, the first 5 minutes of playing it. The only thing you may be asking yourself over and over again is, why can't I lock on? Well, at least that's what I continued asking myself. But all in all, I like the game. I give it a play, but I really don't... For the sake of being unfair, I really don't want to recommend the downloading of special weapons and stuff. But it's a free game, so if you really want to, I mean, whatever. I mean, you have every right to. And I have less of a problem with, like, an occasional weapon here and there, but it's like, when it comes down to like you can have a completely different experience in this game if you download stuff. Like I literally have very few customizations I can do on my character, which is okay because I'm not really a stickler for like, ooh, I want to be able to customize my character as much as possible. I normally don't care about that, but I know a lot of people do, and they're tapping into that desire people have to customize their character, and they're saying, hey, you can do this, but to really do it well, you have to pay, as much as you want for as much as you want. But also, it seems like you do unlock a fair amount of stuff, but how long it takes to unlock stuff, how likely you are to get really good stuff. Like, I think this pig shield I got's really cool, but I don't know how likely it is. I don't know if that's an item that everyone gets, or if that's an item you only get for doing something very specific. I don't know. The princess is already gone, far away. Alright, so, like I said, the main story of this game is princess being captured. Super lame, but whatever. Lightning strike still is effective for demolishing ballistas on castle walls. Alright, so here is the story piece. It's a little silly, like I said, but I do love the character models. They look very derpy and very silly, and I like them a lot. So he's apparently talking to us, but I don't really know. Alright, so I don't really care about the story, and I doubt you do either. But we apparently cleared the bonus. I don't know what that was. We got some more happy stars, which is, I feel so stupid saying. We're the MVP, obviously, because, well, we're the only person with a real brain. To attempt the next mission, you need to rank a 6 or higher. Okay, so we need to rank a 6 or higher? That's ridiculous. So this game, okay, well this is becoming more and more obvious now, but clearly this is a game you can only play if you have Xbox Live Arcade, and actually that might be true. Or if you have, not Xbox Live Arcade. It's maybe a game you can only play if you have Xbox Live, which is unfortunate because you do have to pay for it, not very much though. But as you can see, we're only level 2, and if I do this again, I'll probably become level 3, so it'll take around 6, hypothetically, every match you should level up. However, as you may know, when you go farther and farther in the game, if you don't do as well, you may not level up as much. So it could take as many as 10 to 20 even times till you get to level 6. So, like I said, it seems like the real focus of this game is on the online mode, which I don't hate. I have no real problem with it, and I'm assuming you can play with your friends also. I'm assuming you don't have to necessarily always play with strangers, but I don't really know. Well, that's not true. I do know, and I did get some experience for playing with friends, but not nearly as much as I did for playing like this full online multiplayer mode. So at the end of the day, I do say I say play, because I do find it interesting. I do think it's an actually good game. What's going on here? I do find it to be an actual good game. You also have, I guess I could show a few more things. You can change their appearance, but I really don't think there's much we can do. Change their voice. 3 options there. We do have a few hair options, but they all look relatively stupid. Rather just keep that one because that actually looks a lot like mine. We can give them red hair, blue hair, pink. We can give them pretty much every color hair except pink, which is whatever. Eyes. Ooh, that's creepy. Well, we got a couple. We have a few options here. We got some locked options, which I don't know if these get unlocked by playing the game or if they get unlocked by paying for them. Got some scribble eyes, which are creepy as shit. I'm just gonna... Yeah, those are weird. Just gonna stick with those derpy eyes. Mouth. Got a couple options here. These are all creepy, though. Yeah, see, like, there's a lot of this kind of stuff, but it's all very odd. Where's the brain mouth? I'll give him a big creepy smile. That works for me. Skin can make him different nationalities. Can't turn him neon colors. Apparently you have to unlock those. I don't know if you have to pay for it. Gender, we can change that. It's actually a fair amount of customization. I mean, not a crazy amount, but a decent amount. That looks, I don't know why But that little girl standing in two-piece just makes me feel uncomfortable. You can level up your item, and doing this, you basically combine an item with an item you're not using. And apparently, yeah, so you can see it's gonna level up, and it's gonna have a bit more attack power. So it's not worth doing, but at the same time, you don't want to do it with all your items, and then you don't want to do that with all your weapons you find, and then end up with something stupid. But that's also a way you can compete with people who do buy better items, is just constantly upgrading the items you're given in the game. But then again, once again, it puts you at a disadvantage to people who can spend the money. They'll be able to play the game much faster and much better than you, which sucks. I'm sorry, I can't get over that. I really think that's a bummer. I don't really, personally, I don't like when games do that. So if you get the game now, you get 20% off everything up until the 15th, which I believe is actually tomorrow. So make sure you get your stupid items you have to pay for. But I hate being like that about this because it's a free game. So I say buy a few things, but don't go completely overboard with it. Like, don't buy every single great item in the game, you know, just to do better than everyone else. I don't know, that just seems wrong to me. You know, he who spends more does the best. But I guess that's also how life is. So guys, I'm Panda Gamer. I say play, get this game. It's free on Xbox Live Arcade. It's called, what did I call this game? Happy Wars? I totally forgot. It is a pretty happy game, other than the fact that you can't lock on and you have to pay money. But I say play it. I think it's fun. I think it's great. I think it's a very fun game with an interesting art design. And I'm sure that it'll become a popular game because it's pretty much one of the first real full free Xbox Live Arcade games. So I said go download it. Maybe we can play it sometime. You can add my gamer tag, RedPandaGamer1. It might be full right now after doing those Minecraft Xbox Live Arcade videos. My friend codes were pretty full. But, I mean, if you want to play this game, you can go ahead and add me. But otherwise, get the game, play it for yourself, and let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you have any other games you want to see me try out and review, go ahead and post them down below. Thanks for watching.